Hello, my name is the artisan, and author Ellie Day Yun, and I am here to be your podcast host for today or forever because it is my show and I own the intellectual property of it, and only I have a say on what to do with it. But I am going to be talking about my life because this is my show and not yours. Credit to Trixie and Katya, I guess, from but let's talk about my life. I believe I my la- 2025 was just way too fast. There was nothing, but I did I did tour a little bit. I did not tour, I guess, like a pop-up concert here and there, but I am a musician. I don't know. I'm bored. I'm bored out of my mind and I don't know what to talk about. But I did have this date one time. I believe it went on for 3 months, 4 months, around that time period. I was just pissed off because it ended in a one night stand. And I was like, what? 4 months for what? We were flirting and everything. I was like, girl, dude, I wanted a boyfriend. I don't want a man anymore, but I wanted a man. And he was like, oh, I'll be that. And I was just like, oh, really? And then he's just like, yeah. And then yeah. And I was like, I was Delulu. He was not attractive at all. But I obviously wanted to date him, Because I kind of dreamed of the baddie and the loser stereotype couple. And I was like, oh, I want to be them so bad. I'm going to find my loser. And he was too much of a loser. He obviously peaked in high school. I believe in our conversation, he says something about oh, they called me this because I did this in high school, and it's just really, your life's that uneventful. I get we're both in our early 20s, but it's just you could have at least mentioned something recent. I'm not trying to be mean, but he was boring. But I was willing to look past that because I wanted dick. But so I was just trying to ignore all of that, and then he started trauma dumping, which I have no problem with if you're trying to date me. You're obviously I want to get to know you, but he had this leather jacket. His face is it's like an eagle, if that makes sense. It's like a hawk. It's one of those birds. He looked like a bird. You know what I'm saying? He looked like a predator bird. Not, if that makes sense, with hazel or bluish eyes. And he was white, but it was the yellow kind of white, but not the tan kind of white, and not the tropical type of white. It was that person who tries to tan, but they never actually tan. It's more that one episode of Liza on Demand of that lady who tries to tan, but a lighter version of that. He looked like that. If I can paint a picture, he had a cool undertone-ish. And he was brunette, but his hair was kind of similar to if you ever watch Hell of a Boss, that show that Brandon Roger voice acts in. There was there was a moment in the pilot where they went to a church, I believe, and it's basically everyone was kind of you could tell they voted for not Trump, voted for literally anyone else. He looked like that, but with no colored hair. It was just the shape of it, and yeah, it was a weird mullet thingy with a weird toucan beak type of front for the hair, and then the backing is just it's a mullet. And he had a leather jacket and a long sleeve shirt of I believe it was Smashing Rocks. I don't know. It was probably merch for a random YouTuber I don't know about. But and he had really bright colored jeans. I wasn't unsure about the brand. I was kind of just looking at the bulge. But I wanted a relationship. I was just a freak. But he was a slut. He just wanted to hit, and I wanted a heart. But yeah, he was just looking at me. He was pressing on my leg, and I should have looked at the red flags. It was a broken Chevy. It smelled like tobacco in there, and I have asthma, so I have medium asthma, if that makes sense. So my asthma wouldn't really react unless it's something deadly in the air, there's bleach everywhere, or smoking, if that makes sense. Someone's like 40 people smoking. One person is like, okay, but like a group of 5 people smoking in a small space with me in it, I'm dead. I can't hotbox a car. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, and I guess I'm like 21, so like my prefrontal cortex is finally in, but like, not finished developing, obviously, but like my brain's finally using that part of the brain. But like, I was just, it's something about, I don't know. It's like I wanted something out of it that wasn't like, you know. And it's just, he just looked at me like, I don't want to admit it, but he kind of used me. And that's like, younger me is like, obviously I didn't change, to be honest. This was like the only instance. Like literally right before I dated him, I was just like, don't date a man, get a career instead. And well, I'm back to being that. But like, he was like fucking me, I guess. It wasn't like orgasmic, I'm not gonna lie. Most of the orgasming is from fingering. His thing wasn't big enough. Like, I'm not calling him small. He was actually pretty average. I'm just a stallion, if that makes sense. I'm tall and I have a lot of ass. So it's just like, I need something big to work with. Like, I'm too tall for you, mister. But like, he was the same height too, so it's just like, that's kind of embarrassing. Well, he wasn't the same height. It was like exactly an inch taller than me. But like, it still like, it still made me question a lot of things. Like, how is someone so horny, so bad at sex? But like, and on top of that, geez, like I said earlier, he smoked in the car after I told him I have asthma. He acted nice at first. Maybe I'm still bitter, and I'm in denial, and I'm like going through 5 stages of grief, but it still doesn't feel like right. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I told him I wanted a man. If I'm rambling over and over again the same thing, this is not a live stream. You can't obviously tell me. I'm just doing this in one take because I don't have the time. But like, it's just, I wanted a heart. Like, and if we just fucked, it's just like, I fell in love with a bum. And he was like a loser. He was obviously someone who peaked in high school, obviously, because like those people who peak in high school, they always seem to mention high school. Like, obviously I remember it, but it's like, it's not my only life experience, if that makes sense. I have a life outside of it, and I have a life after it. You know what I mean? So it's just like, the fact that your life is just like having to do with that area, it's just like, girl, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. Maybe I just have a life, and maybe that's a privilege. But like, I was wanting to look past that, because like, the baddie and loser like combination works really well, and I thought loser meant like an actual loser. So it's just like, I kind of misinterpreted that, but like, I just went for it. So we effed. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he was good at like the thing, but not when it came to pounding. He was like good at giving head. He was good at fingering, but like actual like sticking it in, like, he does not know how to aim that thing. Mind you, like, the G-spot is like 2 inches in. Like, it's really not that hard to find. Like, you can pretty much find it with your finger. It's like right behind the bladder if you're trying to find it, like, the renal. But like, I still feel used despite not feeling anything. And that's not like a medical concern. That's genuinely like, I felt nothing when he put it in, but when he put his finger in, I was screaming. Maybe because he had like huge hands. I still think about those hands. Like, see, this is why you need to take me away from like dating, because like, I don't like. And on top of that, I decenter men, so like, I don't really care. But it's still someone I fucked. You know what I'm saying? because I'm very selective with the people I fucked, and I only fuck when I'm like when I feel like you're gonna date me for at least a couple of months, like, but like this is just like it was only like 3 to 4 months, and then he just broke up with me like that. Like, bro, this wasn't just like a one night stand. You had like conversations and dates leading up to this, so I just hate it here. I really do. And that black Chevy, that rundown black Chevy, I hate that bitch. But then again, the sex was decent, minus the penis. He could work on that skill a little bit, and he was really good at making out. But like, other than that, I don't really care about him that much. I really don't. This is like the only instance I'm actually mentioning him. Most of the time I'm like, I want an EGOT. I just want a fucking trophy. Oh, I'm serious. I just want a fucking Grammy. And maybe an Emmy. And maybe an Oscar. And maybe a Tony. And whatever the equivalent in other countries are. A Brit, or what, as they call it, or a British TV Award or something like that. Golden Globe. I believe it. I would like to have the equivalent in Vietnam, like in my motherland. But like, other than that, it's just, I feel used. I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm just like, I was like a product of like his like greed, and I was just there. I was like collateral, and I was just like fresh meat of. Okay, that vocabulary was just horrible. We were only like 1 year age gap. This wasn't like a 40-year-old man like effing like someone who's barely 20. No. This was just like someone who was only had like an age gap by 1 year. But still, I wanted love. Not love, but like I wanted like something, like a trophy, a relationship. Like 2025 was so bad. I just wanted like something out of the year. So the fact that was like the one thing that I could have gotten was just gone. I achieved something. I lost some weight, but like to me, my weight fluctuates. So it's just like, yeah, the fuck. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you want me to say about that? Bro, I don't like this. I don't like him at all. And I only talked for like 13 minutes, right? Like, I still have to talk about like 10 minutes more of stuff. So I guess like enough about talking about myself. Let's talk about Palestine. Let's talk about freaking Lebanon and the Levantines. Like, Judaism was originally like a Levantine religion, so it's just like, duh, the ones that stayed are like genetically Levantine. Like, if you put a Palestinian Jew on like 23andMe, it would say Levantine. It wouldn't say Arab, to be honest. A lot of people do like mix those up. Like, basically Arab and Jewish are like branches of the Semitic ethnic groups because they're both Semitic people. But like Levantine is essentially basically just the Jews that stayed, and then the Jews that like went everywhere else is like everything but Levantine, if that makes sense. Like mixed with you get it. You get what I'm saying. Like, you know how like Turkic ethnic groups are all Turkic, but they're like different ethnicities still. Duh. Yeah, you get it. But like, I just don't like this right now. I'm sorry, I'm going through it. Also, Free Sudan, I believe the RSF is like still genociding. They're still committing the Darfur genocide in like Darfur, I believe, in the western is it in western Sudan, I believe. I don't know, I'm horrible at geography. But like, I believe it is happening in Darfur. And I believe you can go on Google Maps and you can literally go through the map of Sudan, and you would see entire villages and cities and malls and like places that have like bloodshed everywhere. It is actually crazy. Like, when you actually look at it, it's like deadly. I actually cried when I saw the map. It was like brutal. Like, let's see, like, there was like blood everywhere, and I would not be surprised if someone found like a dead body on Google Maps. I am genuinely serious. Like, it is an atrocity, and it's funded by the UAE, by the way, like Dubai. It's funded by Dubai. And a lot of them, it makes sense actually, because they have a lot of like Sudanese gold. So it's just like, okay, obviously they're gonna fund it, but like, there's still a genocide. Like, you know, like I don't really know how to say this. Like, I'm a good person, duh. That's why I'm talking about it. But like, really, like, we're just letting things pass by, like we just give it up. Like, we've been warned about so many things since millennia. Like, I believe things like climate change, for example, have been warned since like the 1890s, like 1870s even, 1830s. And a lot of scientists have been warning us, and we had like hundreds of years to like, well, 130 years specifically to like figure this out, and we have up until 2030 to fix this, to the point of no return. So it's just like, and everyone's just like, oh my god, I wonder, bitch, do you want a mass extinction? Do you want a mass extinction? There won't be no future if you're gonna destroy the future. Like, no offense. Like, I know Gen Z is not causing it. We're technically the victims of it. Millennials and Gen Z. Because millennials were like teenagers back then. Gen Z was like toddlers. Like, most of us weren't even born yet. But still, we're basically in a world where we're just fucked. And I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to like warn you, but like, it's just like continuing to be a problem for the future. And it's just disgusting that we are even allowing this world to succumb to this, like to gray genocide, all of this stuff. Like, if we just left indigenous groups to be their own places, and then we actually like traded, and then like tolerated each other's inventions and stuff, and then literally like had like unity and solidarity, we wouldn't be in this mess. But that doesn't really exist in a world of Earth, considering that European colonization started, empires, imperialism basically started throughout history. Heck, glorification of the Roman Empire is just horrible. Because if it's an empire, it's just not a good one. People glazing just empires in general, it's just not good. It's like, we're very black and white when we're looking at things, when we really need to look at the nuances of stuff. But like, still, it pisses me off. I don't know how to talk about this without like going through an aneurysm. It's stupid. It's just stupid, because we're just allowing genocides around the world to happen, and then random animals going extinct because of like stupid shenanigans like this. And it's because of like capitalism and stuff, and colonization especially. None of the problems that exist today would have existed without colonialism. Like, what is the correct term for it? Like, exponentially helping everything. I don't know. I'm not good at English. I'm educated. I'm just not good at English specifically. Why do I choose to speak English? I don't know. Mind you, I'm like a fluent Vietnamese and French speaker, so it's just like, I don't know why I'm speaking English. I think it's because most of my audience is like English speakers, and for some reason I have like a large audience from like the Arab world, or like a lot of Amazigh, a lot of Arab, a lot of Turkish people watch my videos. Surprisingly, I am honored that you guys watch me. But like, still, yeah, free Tigray, free Sudan, free Palestine, free Lebanon, free the Liberian woman in Oman, free the Black Africans that are enslaved within the UAE, free the South Asian slaves of UAE, migrant workers in general, to be honest. And yeah, that is the episode for today. Because, like, I did not plan this episode. This is just purely out of, like, frustration. Okay. How do I stop? Oh, watch all my stuff so I can make money.